Good evening, everybody. We are back. We are live at the Late Night on Campus. It's Monday, May 8th, 2007. It's May already. Feels like just yesterday was March and December and January. It's May 8th. The flowers are turning up. The weather's getting nicer. Baseball's getting more annoying. That only means one thing, Donnie Rightside. The summer is coming. Lot to do, lot going on. First of all, I have to ask. It's Monday, so I ask you, how was your weekend, man?
Oh, it was going pretty good weekend, man. Spent a lot of time with the family, picked up some W's, but yeah, according to plan, watched the fight on Saturday night. Wasn't real impressed with that fight. I was hoping for a little bit better out of Chavez Jr., but hey, it is what it is, and it sets up a really good fight in September here.
Yeah, a lot going on, and we will definitely discuss that fight a little bit later. A big weekend in sports, obviously. If you watched, Kentucky Derby was on. There was all sorts of baseball and basketball and hockey and soccer and boxing, everything for anyone out there. And it always means the bets were flying. I saw all sorts of crazy horse racing bets, all sorts of everything. So obviously an action-filled weekend, always an action-filled weekend, Kentucky Derby weekend. There's always usually a fight going on. There's always things going on. And I got to give a little respect, Donnie, to our guest, Andreas Hale. He knocked it out of the park with his win by decision for Canelo Alvarez. I actually thought, Donnie, we had a shot with that KO bet. It was looking like at one point the ref was considering stopping that fight. I don't know why he didn't, because Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. didn't show anything in that fight. But overall, a good weekend. Happy to be back here on a Monday.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it's always nice to get back on Monday night, review the days, what happened over the weekend, which, again, it wasn't an exciting sports weekend for me overall. I was hoping for a better fight, as I said here, but great start to kick off the week for us, and we'll look forward to what happens tomorrow. One of my favorite shows of the week, Jeff, same as you, right side of campus tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're just getting in here tonight, definitely check us out tomorrow. And again, Jeff, we always like to say, makes it a better show for us here at SBR. Again, if you have not linked yet, the subscription button there, SBR Sportsbook Review, right below that, click on the subscription. That way, when we go live, you get an alert immediately. You can come right in here, chat it up with us, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, amen. And we got a busy show tonight. We'll go over everything that went on in baseball and basketball, stuff that happened over the weekend. We'll do a little buy or sell on some topics. We'll talk about some big things going on in sports and all sorts of everything else. Before we get into everything, though, Donnie, let's quickly – we have 3 games here about to throw the first pitch. You got the Oakland Athletics and the Los Angeles Angels. Oakland, the home team here. You got Kendall Graveman against Ricky Nolasco. No Mike Trout in the lineup tonight. Obviously, a big blow dealt to that lineup. Graveman's actually been pretty decent, but Nolasco I've talked about, just a middle of the road ERA kind of guy. With Mike Trout not in that lineup, obviously that kind of has me a little bit befuddled. I'm not really too interested in it. I've talked about Oakland. We've talked about Oakland. They're a pesky team at home. I really don't have much on that game. Do you have any?
Yeah, Jeff, interesting one on that one. Just to go over that real quick, some line movement that you would like if you were looking where the sharp money possibly would be going. The line did still dip down a little bit early in the afternoon, even with Mike Trout being out. The one thing, Jeff, me and you always like to take a look at is, I know that Nolasco is going to pitch tonight, but correct me if I'm wrong, he is on the injury report gutting out a calf. So that's always one of those major indications there, which sometimes, you might want to take a step back, because we've seen it all the time. A pitcher not healthy coming into the game doesn't end well.
And I'm going to tell you what happened. Tonight, what's going to happen is Ricky Nolasco is going to get fucking crushed, and he's going to go on the DL tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. So you make a good point there. If Ricky Nolasco is indeed maybe injured, it's best to maybe not get involved with him. I got to say, even with him on the mound, I do kind of like the Oakland Athletics in this spot. But look, I've talked about it. They're not a very good lineup. The next one here, 2 other ones. You got the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Alex Wood against what's his kid's name?
T. Williams, baby. Leave it at that, Jeff.
Yeah. What's his name? Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams is a spot starter here for this really kind of – they're having issues. The Pirates rotation, they're going on the road. They're not playing well. They're not scoring runs. Alex Wood's been fantastic. I like this lineup against right-handed pitching. They have a good bullpen. This looks to me like a solid Dodger victory. I would probably maybe lay the run line here. I've talked about their ability to win games by 2 or more runs at home. That would be the way I would look here. This lineup for the Pirates right now is just a mess. The only guy you're really scared of it right now is is Josh Harrison at the top of the order, Donnie.
Yeah, Jeff, bad news coming out of Pittsburgh today. I don't know if you saw on Twitter coming out with Jameson Taillon possibly having testicular cancer, one of the great up-and-coming arms there. And again, even though I'm a Philadelphia guy, I do root for the Pirates because I understand, how they tried to build the team, how they were bad for so long. They finally get good. And it just looks like the pieces are finally falling into place. They take a step back. Suspension with Marte. Taillon, probably the best arm in the organization. I like Garrett Cole, don't get me wrong, but I think Taillon has the ability to be even better than Garrett Cole. I hope that, they said it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like it's a possibility. So let's hope for some good news there on Jameson Taillon going forward here.
Yeah, amen. Already 11 dislikes. So obviously that's going to start early tonight, clearly. We just got to laugh it off, It's at this point just funny.
Jeff, they can't be mad at the subs tonight. I mean, we came out and pulled out a win with Baltimore. They can't be mad at us,
Here's the thing. I mean, and again, I'm not quite sure what we're trying to prove here with this because, again, I know I'm on SPR, SPR, maybe I'm a little abrasive at times, but they love me from what I understand. So I don't know that you're going to hit me where it hurts. Again, we pretty much know who this is. So as far as not liking it, I'm sorry you didn't like the show, but we appreciate you viewing it. It's only adding to the views, so thanks. But Donnie, one other one here. Yeah, you made a good point. Hopefully our friend Taillon gets get help there, and hopefully that passes for him for sure. Good young talent, really like him. I have nothing on Texas San Diego, a game that you got Cahill against Nick Martinez. I'd rather I won't be watching a minute of this game, so yeah, I'll pass. Change his name to Donnie Sharpside. The guy's on fire. Did you pay Seth Hagen to say that, Donnie? Or?
I don't know. Maybe Seth Hagen is one of my alternate accounts in here that I typed that in with, Jeff.
That's Tom Hagen from The Godfather. That's his
hey, there we go.
I guess Vito Corleone hit it big this week with your pick. So thank you, Seth. We appreciate that. Tell Grandpa Tom that we said hello. Andrew McGinnis is in here. Welcome.
Yes. What's going on? There you go. Yes.
Tho Marino, Ralphie V, Capo Status, Kyle Honeysut, Michael Robertson, Adam Lopez, D. Patrick. D. Patrick, I saw you on the soccer show. Welcome. D. Patrick thinks there's no way you can make money in soccer. I will agree with you, especially over this weekend. Kyle Hamburg, Kyle Honeysut, Kevin White, everyone out there. If I missed you, I missed you. I didn't mean to. Louis Hernandez, what's up, my man? Vitalis, welcome. Mark, how you doing? Jay Powell, we like the Dodgers, I think. Mark Thompson, welcome. So if you're out there, let us know you're here. We appreciate it. Sean Childress, what up? But this isn't a fucking shout-out show, so let's get to the business, Donnie.
We can just shout everybody all day long. Keep going down some of these numbers in MLB tonight, Jeff. Moore and DeGrom in a tussle here, 3-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. I do have that game on. It's bases loaded for the New York Mets, 2 strikes and 1 out to the batter. I don't quite know who's batting it, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Carnes and Kansas City, Jeff, break out the bats. 7 runs for Kansas City. Are you kidding me? Covering the over-under there tonight? Yeah, how about that?
About time. I feel like I'm seeing a fucking eclipse in the sky. I've never seen this before. The Kansas City Royals can hit. 13 hits tonight, 7 runs. Nice night for Eric Hosmer, who I'm happy about that. I put him in the fantasy league today. Donnie goes 3 for 4. Has a nice little night. No RBIs, but he was
I like it when they changed the lineup up tonight, though, Jeff. Finally put an Escobar up at the top of the lineup to lead off like they used to do in the past. I mean, but the one thing is the left fielder, Gordon, all the way back down, I believe, 8th tonight in the lineup. What's his deal?
Well, he's never been a very good player. I remember and again, I was really I talked about this when it happened. I remember a year or two ago, the Royals fans were voting people in just to vote them in.
Will they get like 7 or 8 in the All-Star game?
Yeah, and Alex Gordon, I never thought was an All-Star type of player, but he got in just because he played for the Royals. He's an overrated player. I mean, he basically rode the coattails of Hosmer and that bullpen, and like everyone else did. But yeah, I mean, look at him down in the 8-hole hitting 168. Just not very good. And we've talked about the bottom of their lineup. But yes, a nice night if you're a Royals fan because they finally were able to hit on the road. So good for them. So Slick, what up? What up? Cal 707 Bear, welcome in. Donnie, couple other games tonight. The New York Yankees, the late game last night hadn't bothered them. By the way, I said it today. Just remember, you're betting on the Reds. For all you people that want to use that whole big time. Well, they're tired, so they're going to play. Look, at the end of the day, if you look at that lineup last night for the Yankees, there were a lot of shitheads in the lineup. Torreyes, people like that. And by the way, Torreyes actually had a nice night tonight, but Matt Holliday didn't play deep in the game. Judge didn't even play tonight.
Yeah.
Starling Castro
was out. Yeah. Yep.
Right. Another just very solid effort from the New York Yankees. And I'm going to kind of foreshadow. I have a question about them a little bit later, Donnie, but another nice performance. Look, at the end of the day, here's what you're going to get with Tanaka. You're going to get a guy that's going to give up base runners. It's just clear. He gave up 10 hits tonight, gave up some runs, and he's going to have to pitch better. But I think one thing you had to figure out about Tanaka, he's just going to live on the edge. That's what he does.
Yeah, escaped it out. I mean, that big red machine is humming at home. It looks like they have, 4 runs now, so you can take a look. But, I mean, it's not even obviously a remotely close game, 10-4 now in that Yankees game. But, again, yeah, we talked about it. I got a couple people hit me up today, behind the scenes saying, what do you think about these two teams, flying out late? It's going to be a late night in that. And I do you have to put some credence into it. Don't get me wrong. But, again, Jeff, we all know. I mean, Tanaka did fly out last night from the Yankees, from what I understand, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so Tanaka was there. He's the most important ingredient in that game. And again, this isn't the 1985, 1980 where they're flying commercial. Have you ever seen some of the jumbo jets that these teams are flying on? Full laid-back beds, relaxing, and get your sleep in. And they're athletes. I've talked about that before. I think that's one of the more overrated things about people as far as overreactions and saying, like, look, an NBA guy on a doubleheader, a back-to-back, obviously that's tough. That's always going to be tough. But it's not like they're on some rickety bus, like driving over speed bumps, like, in 30-degree weather. I mean, they're on luxury jets with beds and all kind of massage therapists, and who the hell knows what they have on those planes. I often wonder, you have a headache, they give you a cortisone shot, for Christ's sake. So, yeah, for me, I don't put a lot of stock into that. At the end of the day, the Yankees just really good right now. They're playing well. And it was rookie Davis. You weren't betting on, Madison Bumgarner or something. Yeah, Johnny Cueto still being in there. Somebody who's like it's the back-end pitcher. Yeah, I get it. If
you took the Reds tonight, you lost. Shame on you. And I'm not going to, I didn't, I just made my point. That was it. Something great here from Louis Hernandez. What's up, big man? Love the show. Started watching during the tournament. Love your opinions and passion. Thank you, Louis. We appreciate that. We appreciate the guys that stick here. I mean, we know So Marino, we have it out with him sometimes with his opinions, but at the end of the day, he's always on here, and we appreciate that. Listen, we do this for all of you. Listen, Donnie has a family. I have. I'm sure I could figure out something else to do. I love coming on here. I love SBR, and I enjoy working with everyone here. So we appreciate you guys coming on. We know at this point the like button is kind of just a gimmick at this point with what's going on right now. Unfortunately, there's some guys out there that are a little unhappy with what we're doing. We're just going to try to keep putting out great information. So let's move on, Donnie. What else do we have in baseball?
Always got a smile on my face. Hey, Jeff, by the way, just watching it live, 2 things happened here. The Mets did not get a run in, bases loaded, 1 out, no surprise on that one. And the Angels, 2-0 in the first inning, a blast. I believe Valbuena got that one off of Graveman, so that night's starting off already there for him.
There you go, and making us look bad in the process.
Yeah, no, the sharper money would have been on the Angels, but yeah, no, you don't see me taking the game, so I wasn't backing it there.
Yeah, right. Someone asked and we gave our opinion.
Yeah. But keep in mind, it's the first inning. I mean, I'm going to bring up the next point in my game, Jeff. I had the only play I gave out tonight was the Baltimore Orioles money line -120 with Graveman versus Gonzalez. 6-0 seems easy. Chip away 6-1, chip away 6-2, chip away 6-3. Chip away, all of a sudden you're in the 9th inning. It's 6-4, second and third with 1 out. And thank God a ground ball to first base and a base running error double play happened on that play to get that out. It's never easy in baseball. That's the problem sometimes you have with no clock, Jeff. I mean, at least in the NBA or college basketball, you're up, 22 points with 3 minutes to go. You got a pretty good feel in that one. In Major League Baseball, there's no clock, man, and all hell can break loose at any moment. Zach Britton being back on the DL. Block comes back in tonight, and look what Brack comes back in tonight and almost gives that one up. So, I mean, I escaped with a victory. I shouldn't have escaped. I was up 6-0, but the same thing yesterday as well, Jeff, when I had the Oakland A's. Oakland A's are up 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning, first and second, nobody out. I'm feeling good in that game. Before you could blink, I'm losing that game and need a 9th inning comeback. Baseball is crazy.
No, it is. It definitely, especially nowadays with all the crazy things going on with bullpens and things like that. it can get ugly, and you definitely don't want to take it personally, if you're losing.
No, it's a long season, Jeff. You know how it is. I mean, I heard you on a couple shows you're on with Pete there. I mean, there's no getting around it. The one thing about me and Jeff is you always want to be real. I mean, we're everyman gamblers. Again, we don't live in Las Vegas. We don't bet thousands of dollars per game. We're just trying to make enough money, grind it out to earn a living and doing something that we love. We're all going to go through winning stretches. I'm going through a nice winning stretch now. Jeff's chalking it up a little bit there in baseball, but that's a long season, which can spin and turn at any moment for him there. And I know Jeff behind the scenes with what he's doing in baseball had a very nice day yesterday and finally got those breaks to go his way. So again, we're everyman gambler. We're just looking to make a dollar, put the best information we can out there.
Well, I'll tell you this. Yeah. Yesterday I had a premium play, Donnie, and I've made it clear. I'm right now for me, I'm having a little bit of a tough time in baseball, and it's not something we can hide from. We come on here every day, so it's hard for us to really hide from that sort of thing. Yeah. You mention it. I mean, I don't promise people millions of dollars. I don't come on and say I hit 38 out of 39. I don't say I hit 80%. It's just not something I do. We're real. We're the real gamblers here. We're the real people in the trenches. We don't have the ability to walk up to a sports book and bet a game whenever we want. We got to grind it out. We got to try to find avenues and
beat bookies, get paid, find outlets.
It's part of the grind
out here, man. Yeah.
And yesterday, I got to tell you, I had the over in the Pittsburgh Brewer game, and I was happy a smile from ear to ear when they hit that home run in the 8th inning. I got a push. And I had a chance to win the game. And I'm thinking, you know what? This isn't half bad. You know what? I'm on a bad losing streak, but maybe this will turn it around. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. It's. And
I know last night, late night, Jeff, you're sitting on the Yankees. We're watching stuff. They're up 4-1. You bring in one of the best closers in the game. Next thing you know, it looks like they're going to lose it in the 9th. And you send me that text like, do you believe how I'm running right now? I got to play on the myself on the Yankees. I'm just shaking my head going, dude, we've all been there before. And lo and behold, I wake up in the morning and see the damn game went till just about when I woke up and the Yankees won. Those are the breaks that send you on the winning streak. So.
And, for me, it's like I sit here and it's like I try to get the best play possible. I try to make the best play. And it's like when you lose some of the ways that I've lost lately, it's like, and again, they were my bets. I made them. They were bad plays. But at the end of the day, it was like, how the hell did they happen? It's Aroldis Chapman hasn't blown a save since last year. Of course, when I bet on him, he blows it. It sucks, but you know what? We keep moving, we keep going, and we try to get it going. You come on here every day and dedicate your time to give the best info you can. Might as well. I might not even tell your picks, but seeing you have good insight. Yeah, I'm not asking for you to tell my picks. I mean, I've never said I'm up until last year, I didn't charge for baseball. It was fun for me. I'm the big man on campus. We know that. I love college football, college basketball, and I think Donnie proved that over the years. You know what I'm saying?
No, we talk all the time between me and you and watching like everything else and everybody in the sports industry. There's very few people that are as versed as well as you are in so many sports there. And again, we just say, me and Jeff, we love baseball season. There's not we're going to come on every day and give good quality product on that. But there's nothing like the start of September with football season and college season. So if we can come on here, entertain you guys out there and have some fun in baseball season, the world is going to be ours in the NFL and, college football. Not to say we're going to win every game and, promise you millions of dollars, but the content only gets better from here. So me and Jeff, knowing each other for how long we enjoy doing this, and it's only going to get better and a lot more fun. And again, it's all about the listeners out there. If you tune in, listen, and you're active on the chat box, we love to shout. Yeah, we love to say hi. And again, Jeff is more combative than I am, which is why it works. You have a fire and an ice type guy. Jeff gets mad. I calm him down. I'll poke fun at him on behind the scenes. He'll get mad at me. But on the end of the day, we're all fun because we're one thing.
The last thing I'll say on this is even going back to the like thing, it's like, if there are people out there that don't like us, come on here and give us a valid argument on what you feel you want to talk about. If you're just hiding behind a computer and saying, I'm going to hit the dislike button because I don't like what those guys are doing. Come on and talk us down. Come on and give us your opinion. You ever notice none of these people ever want to come out and talk about anything? It's always, you guys fucking suck. You guys are fat fucks. It's like, why don't you come out and say something instead of I'm on a computer? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I enjoy the camaraderie in everything you get, Jeff. If you're a very good lawyer, if you're the best at what you do in real estate, if you're a great salesman, there's so many people out there that just want to try to knock you down, even if you're not even a shady individual. You'll get very few people, Jeff, coming on here saying, Donnie's a ripoff artist, or boy, Jeff took my money and ran. You just try to provide the best product that you have and do a service for everybody, which maybe can help them out, because we don't force it. Like, I have a service. Jeff has a service. We don't really push it or kick it out there. If you want to come holler at us, on Twitter and say, hey, what do you got going on? That's fine and good. But we do this more because we really like the information, and Jeff can attest to it. We don't get rich doing this. This is just a passion of us. We like to be on camera. We like to talk to other people who like sports because, again, I'm almost 40 years old. My wife's not going to talk to me about the Yankees game tonight. This is my therapy right here with the big man and you guys out there.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you at, big man? I'll bring the pizza. Well, Ralphie, make sure you bring some good pizza. Don't bring fucking Domino's. You can catch us down the shore. Come down to the shore house. We'll have some fun. Gene, thank you. Yes, we're going to be doing just fine, buddy. Donnie, let's get into some sports stuff here.
Yeah.
I have some things I want to chat with you about, but I will say this, Donnie, there's no greater joy for me than, like, let's say I'm going to go down to the shore for a week, right?
Yeah.
I stop by the ballpark down in Philly. You catch a game, summer air, fireworks, something. There's nothing better than that. It's like baseball's great. I've often talked about, I was watching that game last night, the 17 inning or 18 inning, whatever it was.
Yep.
I remember one time I went to a game on my own. It was the only time I've ever went to a game alone, but it was like someone I was going with. I think it might've been Ryan. He said he couldn't go or something last minute. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. Fuck it. I lived close to the stadium at the time. So I'm like, whatever. I don't know if you remember this game, Phillies Mets. It was like back in, I think it was 2008, the year they won.
Okay.
And they were down 7-0 in the game, the Phillies. And people were leaving. It was like the 6th, 7th inning. People were leaving, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay here. I don't know why. They came back, kept chipping away. It ended up going 14 innings. And I forget who it was. It was they ended up winning. And I look back on that and I say, wow, that was one of the better games I've ever been to, just because, I was alone and it was just all about baseball that night, So how can I work for SBR? Info, please. Well, what actually do you do, Capo Status?
Maybe look, listen to the name. He's a capo. Maybe we have to move aside and be like, hey,
is that John Gotti?
Me. Yeah, exactly.
John Gotti. Hey, listen, Capo Status. Do you have Twitter? Get in touch with me on Twitter. Maybe I can help you. More on Mets don't bunt. It's Donnie saying that.
Of course, if anything's on a bunt, it's me out there.
Speaking of the Mets, and by the way, guys, catch us tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern. We'll go over the whole baseball card Tuesday. Everything going on. We got Champions League soccer tomorrow. We got MLB, a long, heavy card. So we'll get all those games tomorrow. But first things first, Donnie. Speaking of the Mets, it's been odd up in New York. Which,
has it? Man.
I got to tell you, if you're a New York fan, if you like the Mets and the Knicks and the Jets, I don't know how many there are. I mean, my salutations. I mean, I thought it was tough being a Philadelphia fan. But you look at this team, the Mets. I'm not even going to mention Syndergaard, which I don't know about you, Donnie.
Yeah.
But, hey, big man, can I be your bookie? Oh, Ralphie is trying to can't be your bookie. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Ralph. I guess Ralph's trying to be a smart ass. But, Donnie, you look at this Mets team. I'm not even going to talk about Syndergaard. I'm not going to talk about the fact that he didn't get an MRI, which I'm not sure why he didn't get an MRI. If you're a pitcher for a Major League Baseball team, wouldn't you be forced to get a
there's something going on there. And the fact that the Mets don't share any information, it seems like as the old saying goes, the inmates are running the asylum there because there's no accountability. And then the best part is Jose Reyes basically trying to hold Matt Harvey accountable. And who the hell is Jose Reyes? So I guess with David Wright, the king in that locker room who's out of it, it's a mess over there.
This is a disgraceful group right now. I mean, you look at the fact that not only is that going on, and by the way, he's going on the 60-day DL, by the way, Syndergaard. So we won't see him till the All-Star break. But you look at just the leniency issues with this team as far as, no accountability. And you look at Matt Harvey. You look at some of the quotes coming out of New York with this guy. I mean, he wants to be Derek Jeter. He has a sense of alienation right now. No one talks to him. He was possibly hung over from the night before because it was Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even text anyone until they text him. And then he tries to say that he's going to, fight it because he followed the rules. The
No,
cutoff
yeah,
point is
I
3
read that
o'clock.
whole article, and it makes no sense where they sent the security team out there at 10 o'clock at night, and he was in his pajamas, and they weren't even worried about his welfare. I mean, there's an obvious disconnect between him and the front office and his teammates because, again, Jeff, the life of a star pitcher in baseball, is there a better life? Like we talk about, we
No.
want to be NBA players. Can you imagine being a pitcher and working every 5 days? And you golf all summer long. You hit the links in the morning. You come into the ballpark around 3 in the afternoon. You know, you get a workout in, you do your long toss, and you throw on your sneaks, and you sit in the dugout with the team and spit seeds and put tobacco in and just say, where are we going to hang out tonight, boys? I don't have to pitch for another 4 days. What a life they have. And he's just, I guess, going right to his head, superstar before the money, I guess, you know?
But I mean, how many issues has this team had? I mean, lately. I mean, you mentioned Jose Reyes, which that was obviously wasn't necessarily with him on the Mets. But not only have they struggled generally this year, but you look at some of the issues they're having now. I mean, Terry Collins has gotten a lot of shit, and he should. I mean, he seems to me as kind of a guy that says, you know what, just let them do what they do. They're going to be fine as long as they get here on game day. But now they're not getting here on game day. They're not showing up. And you look at that night. He is the single reason they got absolutely crushed yesterday, Donnie, because they were forced to go with Adam Wink or whatever his name is.
Journeyman bum out there. Yes. Right. Wilk.
So you cost your team a victory. Not only do you cost your team victory, but you're playing around in the locker room about bullshit. I mean, your dildos are in the. I mean, what is this? I mean, what is that? I mean, listen, Matt Harvey to me seems like an interesting guy. He seems though very self-centered. He'd rather go out and party. Yeah. I've heard some interesting things about him.
No, he's a superstar in his head.
Yeah, he's a diva. He's a diva. He's not Derek Jeter. He's not Nolan Ryan. He's not anyone. He's a guy that has had a pretty good career in the major leagues, but right now your ERA is not very good, and you're off an injury here. So, yeah, look, I mean, I sympathize with Mets fans, though. I don't know that I sympathize with Mets fans but then growing up, I mean, we had to deal with Allen Iverson. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter what Allen did. He came to the game every night and dropped 50 or 40 or 30. Matt Harvey, what have you really done for me? Why are you acting this way?
Like what you're showing up at the ballpark, like say, hey, I have a migraine today. Well, come down. You have the best trainers in the world. You probably have a whirlpool, hot tub, massage table at the stadium. You don't even have to go out and sit in the dugout. You just hang in the back. They give you some medication. You relax, you chill out, and they send you home in a limousine when the game's over. Is it that big a deal?
And you know what, Donnie? They're a world-class organization. They're worth billions of dollars. You made $4.325 million last year, and probably a lot more this year. How do you just not show up?
Yeah, and what's he? Maybe a year or two away from being a unrestricted free agent, which in baseball means if you're a pitcher with a power arm and you have a decent ERA, you're just set for life, and you have that type of attitude. It's amazing.
And like you said, it's not like with Matt Harvey, it's not like they're going to say, hey, Matt, listen, we know you have a migraine. Go out and sit on the bench and you don't get up the whole time. They'll say, you know what, hey, you're here. We know you're not feeling too good. Why don't you just hang out here? Or you know what, Matt, we know you're not feeling good, but we're glad you came in and we appreciate it. So why don't you head home? We're okay with that.
The best part about it, too, is which is what leaking out now, like it wasn't just a one-time thing. Like this guy's probably been doing this, Jeff, for 2 years, and nobody wanted to drop the hammer down on him. Now that he's struggling, the Mets think they're going to get the upper hand and just start dropping the hammer down on him. It's been like this. That's not anything that just creeped up overnight. I just golfed today. I'm tired. Dude, I'm not pitching that. I don't even feel like going down there.
It's like,
Let me just send a text.
I'm kind of hungover, and I'm not even going to send a text. I'll just wait for them to send it, and I'll say I did anyway in my phone.
And the pitching coach, not even like the GM or the assistant GM, or there's a bat phone there that says, guys, if there's any problem, you're sick, you can't make it to the ballpark, call this number right here. Just let us know, and it's all good. And you can't even do that. Yeah,
no, it's a messed up situation, and at the end of the day, other than that World Series run, what do you Mets fans have to really be happy about?
No, the best thing that happened to me as a Phillies fan was Bernie Madoff just smashing that team down because the New York market where you can't operate and spend any money because you don't have any money. Thank you, Bernie Madoff, for that. And by the way, Bernie Madoff coming up, I believe it's on HBO, Jeff, having a miniseries. Fantastic. Can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait. I've lauded HBO for their work constantly. I mean, they're probably the greatest television network ever. And look, do I like every single show on HBO? No, I don't watch Game of Thrones and shit like that. But, I mean, they've arguably made two of the greatest shows ever created. So yeah, the Robert De Niro stuff looks fantastic. I'm absolutely I think he's fascinating, Bernie Madoff. So
No, Jeff, no remorse in prison today. None whatsoever from
why
him.
would he have any? He's free. He doesn't have to worry about anything anymore. He's an old man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what
that is a good point, because everybody says, like the football player or whatever who says, from 21 years old till 34, I lived like a king, and I ended up, I can't really walk too well, and I'm hobbled at like 55. And you ask him again, the guy do the same damn thing all over again. I guess it's not quantity of life, it's quality of life,
At the end of the day, everybody's free. He doesn't have to wake up and worry about himself anymore. He wakes up, he'll live his life in prison, but at the end of the day, they love him, and he had his fun. I mean, that's what I think for him, it was, I want to be famous, and I was famous. So
famous, I had money. I just headed around. I met everybody, and hey, they finally got me.
Thank you to Emmanuel Williams. Hey, guys, I'm doing here and like your work and information that you share. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Guys, we know there's a ton of people that, well, actually, there's one person that dislike the show. But if you didn't like the show, give us a like. We appreciate it. It helps us. It gets the show out there. We have over 28,000 subscribers, which we're happy about, but we're always looking to grab new people. And I think, Donnie, what's nice about the show here is we seem to have someone new come on here every time. So
all the time, yeah.
We're happy about that. Donnie, I also have to ask you about did you hear about Greg Olson's brother?
Greg Olson's brother.
He's a younger brother, Kevin Olson.
Yes, the younger brother for rape. Is that correct?
Yes, he's a quarterback at University of Charlotte. He actually
that's right. He was at Charlotte. Good point about that. Good point. Go ahead.
3 counts of second-degree rape, 2 counts of assault on a female, and 1 count of second-degree sexual assault. He's been suspended indefinitely from the program. The story noted that he texted a woman, threatened to kill her. He then said he raped her, punched her in the face, and threatened to kill himself, wrapping a phone charger around his neck. So I guess Kevin Olson's in a little bit of trouble. And I got to ask myself, again, another situation here where you have an athlete maybe connected to a higher-end athlete. What the hell's going on with these guys?
These siblings, Marcus Vick always comes to mind. It's like that, my brother's got it all, and he's a little bit older than me. He's always hooking me up, and, I just top of the world. No, I'm just above the law, because if I flame out, my brother's always going to take care of me. Same thing. And Michael Vick will tell you to this day in interviews, the worst thing he ever did was treat Marcus the way he did. Spoiled him. 18 years old, Mercedes-Benz, going to college, best clothes, best shoes, $10,000 watches, best parties, $10,000 chains. And he says, I ruined his work ethic, and I'm partly to blame for that.
Yeah, I think with these younger brothers or younger whoever, I mean, they almost have a sense of entitlement that because they know Michael Vick or whoever. And again, Michael Vick's can take care of his family, and like you said, he's proven that. Yeah, I've spoke to Marcus Vick before. We've gotten in arguments. He's a weird dude. He's an odd character. And yeah, I mean, Nick makes a great point. He didn't have the best role model around him. But again, we have to point out, and again, I'm not going to say that Michael Vick is an angel, because he's not. Michael Vick did his time, Nick. I mean, it's time to move on. Okay. At the end of the day, Michael Vick did 2 years in federal prison at Leavenworth, gave up over $100 million. What more do you want from him?
One of the few guys that, I mean, again, you can't make up for what he did. It was completely wrong. There's no question about that. But this guy went through bankruptcy. Jeff came out. Not only did he lose his money, he actually had to pay the money back out of bankruptcy. Once he got back with the Philadelphia Eagles there. The one thing I always judge a man on, I don't judge you. I mean, there's some egregious things you obviously can't get over. But the one thing you can judge a man in his character by, if he gets slapped on the wrist, does his time, makes his repentance, and tries to live his life the right way. Because from the time he got arrested, Mike Vick was a punk for a long time. Got arrested, did his time, came out, and you haven't heard a peep from the guy. So I do have to give him a little bit of respect. And I'm a dog lover, so.
And he's done nothing but try to repair his image since it happened. He's made it clear he made a mistake, which we've all done. Look, there are mistakes you can't take back. Killing someone, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Michael Vick and Phil Marino, great point. He was one of the best athletes we've ever seen. He made a mistake. He was involved with some people. he probably shouldn't have been involved with. He put in – I don't think it was ever quoted as saying Michael Vick took a dog and put its head underwater and killed it. I don't think that ever came out. He financed it. I'm not going to say it was right. It clearly
was. He did it. It's out. It was in the thing. He did that stuff.
I don't remember hearing that. I heard he financed it from what I understand. But at the end of the day, Michael Vick did his time. It's time to move on. Okay. Yeah. Let's again, you work with animals, that's fine, but you eat meat, don't you?
I love dogs. I have dogs. I have cats. I'm a huge, that. But again, I'm just one of those people that always believes in second chances.
No, I don't, Nick. I actually didn't really understand him with the Eagles, actually. I just don't really, he did his time. What more do you want? When did I say I enjoyed watching dog fights, Nick? I mean, really? What are you talking about? Now you're just making things up. We're just saying Michael Vick did his time. It has nothing to do with how good of a quarterback he was. I think he's done everything he can to better his image. So that's my point here. But Donnie, I want to ask you here, obviously, and Kevin Olsen.
And by the way, Jeff, just to break this up for you, Dodgers 5-0 in the bottom of the first inning.
Boom. How about that?
Jesus.
There was a question here, Donnie, about what are my thoughts on Andre Ward, boxer. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I don't know who asked me that, but I mean, how can I not be interested in Andre Ward at this point? Where does he rank? I don't know, but obviously, I want to see him, fight someone other than Sergey Kovalev. He's got another matchup coming up against Sergey Kovalev, but yeah, I mean, look, he's undefeated. He's got a really complete set of skills. He's one of the more complete guys. He's got good ring intelligence. He's fast. Yeah, I mean, what more can I not like about Andre Ward? I like Terrence Crawford a lot as well. That's a guy I'm very high on coming up. He's got a fight coming up, but there's a lot of really good fighters in the game right now. And, I think we've seen over the months, some of the heavyweights are coming back. We have some of the young fighters. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez is taking over the game. So there's a lot going on in boxing right now. I think it's only going to get stronger. Hopefully we can get it back closer to what we used to see in the sport. But yes, Donnie, good point on the Dodgers. They are up big so far. And it looks like it's a tough start to the year for this Williams kid. So Grand Slam, Chris Taylor, tough.
Chris Taylor,
tough start. Donnie, I want to ask you about this. I don't know if you heard about this, but yeah, by the way, to end that thing, Kevin Olsen, see you later. Take it easy. There's a gambling connection to this, Donnie, and I want to ask you, A, is this possible? And B, why the hell is this guy not getting anything out of it? According to calvinair.com, which is a gambling website, more of a blog kind of thing, and this has been widely reported on Twitter as well. Dan Bilzerian, several different people.
I know.
I guess there's a poker player. His name is Mike Noori, Noori. He's agreed to a prop bet, basically a one of those, you do this and I'll pay you if you do it kind of things. He's agreed to eat $1,000 worth of McDonald's in 36 hours.
How's it possible? I saw that. I did.
Well, I'm going to ask, and that's what I want to put, because I want to talk about the actual rules behind this. And do we think it's physically possible? Because I don't think it's physically possible. I don't know how it's possible.
Salads and shit.
But no, here are the rules. Only $200 can be spent on salads. $300 has to be spent on hot food items, 50 of which must be burgers.
Like, the best part about this, Jeff, is did somebody come up with the bet and then they did like research behind it and came back with the details? Like, tell me what he can't do. He has to eat hot, cold, a little bit of salad. It's kind of funny how the parameters are out there.
Well, here's another parameter. By the way, another home run, 6-0 Dodgers. Puig with a bomb. Here are a couple more rules. Drinks do not count as part of the $1,000.
Yeah.
You can't remove any item from an order. You can add additional things onto the order, bacon, all that kind of thing. Yeah. You must eat everything that comes with the order except the toy, clearly. You must eat it all in its original state. No blender, no nothing. Puking is okay as long as he doesn't force the puke or puke repeatedly. And no inflated prices, i.e. you can't go to McDonald's in an airport or something like that. According to the word on social media, Donnie, this is my most amazing thing about this. There's over $200,000 in bets already booked for this. So people are getting in on the action. According to Nori, he has only a small piece of the action. So he's not even getting anything out of this. It's just, hey, I was the guy that ate $1,000 to McDonald's in 36 hours. I mean, first of all, it's
like
not possible.
It's not even like, I don't want to say not quality, because I've eaten McDonald's many, many times in my life, but it's like, wouldn't you eat so much of it over the first 13 or 14 hours and literally it would make you sick, like trying to smell a Big Mac again?
Yeah, it's again, I've watched Super Size Me. I've watched all these things, and I want to bring up some things that actually try this. But you look at this guy, I guess he has something to do with food. It was quoted in the article. If he eats the lowest calorie food on the menu, which would be the Southwest grilled chicken salad, if he ate nothing but that the whole time, that's still 66,000 calories. Just that. And here's what happens if you consume 6,000 calories in 7 days. You would get...
That's 7 days.
Okay, 7 days. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. According to Men's Health, 6 healthy guys eat 6,000 calories for 7 days straight. They gained 8 pounds per person, had insulin resistance, liver complications, and extreme oxidative stress.
Yeah, your body just won't react to it. The sodium would just explode in you too.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm overweight. We've talked about that. But I haven't eaten McDonald's in some time. It doesn't do something for me. And I got to tell you, as far as eating, you'd probably be surprised at what I eat. I just kind of eat at the wrong times and that kind of thing. I don't really eat fast food. I do eat a lot of pasta and things like that. But just the smell of McDonald's makes me sick. I don't know how.
I like fast food. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't, but yeah. But I have you ever ordered like a 20-piece nugget and you just, I mean, I know some people out there that can just plow right through them, but maybe eat 12 or 13 of them and just I can't even have another one. And this dude's got to go through like hundreds of them.
Yeah, it's not possible. Obviously, good point by whoever mentioned this. I think it was Vitalis. Salt, I mean, the salt content in a meal is astronomical. Yeah. This bet won't happen. You look at the Morgan Spurlock, the the Super Size Me show.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, he ate 5,000 calories a day at McDonald's. He gained a 13% body mass index increase, saw his cholesterol spike to 230 milligrams, and he lost his sexual libido. He had to go on a crazy diet as far as to get it back normal. Again, Nori, first of all, I don't think it's medically possible. And B, I mean, you're not getting anything out of this. I mean, I would want like a couple million if I could do this. Again, it's not even possible physically.
Who actually came up with the bet? Was it Blazarian or no?
From what I've heard, it's Blazarian. I don't know who actually came up with it.
He's the type of guy that does bet stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty crazy. At any rate, I don't think it's physically possible. So I don't think it'll be that much to worry about. But I mean, let's say in 3 days, Donnie, how much do you think you could do it in? Like, how much McDonald's could you eat?
I mean, I can eat a good amount of McDonald's, but there gets to a point where it just doesn't go in anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you could at some point. I mean, how often do you eat McDonald's?
Not so much anymore, but when I'm not, just out and about or whatever, I mean, maybe 1-2 times a week. I love Taco Bell. I like
Taco Bell. You really do? You eat it 2 times a week?
Yeah.
Wow, McDonald's?
No, it's like fast food.
Okay, what about McDonald's? Do you eat that a lot?
Yeah, probably like once a week, especially breakfast. My kid always likes the pancakes and stuff, so I'm always eating breakfast. I love the breakfast.
You have to wonder, I remember when I was younger, we would go to McDonald's once in a while. You go, if you ever see it now, they cater so closely to kids there,
Yeah, it's what they want.
Yep. And every kid likes McDonald's.
A lot of toys are in the box, man. Get the toys.
Yeah, I couldn't eat. I can't eat McDonald's. Monica or Juventus tomorrow? Look, I mean, I don't think Monaco's going to score. So clearly, I think Juve's already advanced. They're not going to beat them. As far as the second leg, though, always tough. I mean, you don't necessarily have to win to hit a bet. So I kind of like the under 2.5 goals. That would be where I would look at it. But that would probably mean take the over because my soccer lately has been not good either. I personally eat 4,000 calories a day. 66K in 36 hours is fucking serious. Yeah, it's not possible, Adam. I don't. And again, when you're eating that many calories, Adam, I'm sure the 4K that you eat in calories isn't McDonald's. It's probably like a lot of protein and shit like that. Yeah, it's not possible. It will never happen. A little bit of an update, Donnie. How about
Yes.
the Jazz? They're making quite the comeback here. It's not complete yet, but they're playing with a lot of vigor, particularly here in the second half. End of the
Put that one
first
on.
half. 84-75. Golden State leads by 9, but they are making a bit of a game. So we'll have to keep that abreast of that situation. We'll close that out. I don't think it's possible. We'll see how it goes. Matt Stoney, he's the competitive eater.
Yep, yeah.
Again, though, I maybe guys like him because like they can control it. But this is a lot of food. This is a lot of bad food. It's arguably the worst food in this country. So,
And you're talking about what, $1,000 of food, like a competitive eater. I mean, what would they? What do they eat? Like 70 hot dogs, I guess, and what would that be? $75?
Yeah, right. It's like $1,000 of food is a lot at McDonald's.
Especially McDonald's, yes, because it's beat everything.
I mean, think about what $20 gets you at McDonald's. I mean, you could order like 3 or 4 meals with that.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It's like $1,000 is a lot. I mean,
what's a Big Mac meal, like $6? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Instead of showing this ridiculous gluttony, why don't you take that $1,000 and go do something good with it?
That's the problem. They probably got too much money. I don't even know what to do.
It's like we have so much money, we're going to come up with the most ridiculous ideas. By the way, I want to point this out. I've made a bet. I have a solid prop bet on the side. I don't think Monaco will score against Juventus. They didn't score in the first game. So, again, I don't think they're going to score. So, I have a separate bet, 5-1. So, I'm getting great odds on that. So, for me, that's why I keep saying that. Juventus is the best defense in the world. They haven't given up a Champions League goal, Donnie, in 621 minutes. That's serious. Okay.
Will the home crowd be there tomorrow, Jeff?
Of course they will. Do you understand? They travel. Did you see them in Monaco the other day?
I did, yeah.
They're the best fans in the world.
Right behind the goal.
Juve, Forza Juve, they're not going to score.
What is Forza, by the way?
Forza is like, press on. It's like force. We're out here in full force. It's like root our team on.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's basically what that means. I thought Juventus' defense looked susceptible against Monaco. Yeah, well, of course you think that because you think negative of everything. Here's the problem, though. They didn't give up a goal. And again, great point, Giorgio.
Who was arguing with you on the soccer show, Jeff? Was it Flash or was it Alex?
Alex was doing that. And as far as Turin, it's a little different. They don't give up very many goals there. They didn't give up a goal on the road in the first leg. What makes you think they're going to give up one now? Again, it's a bet that I have. I'm not telling any of you to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Bet the other side. But tomorrow night at about 4 o'clock, I'm going to be the one smiling, I have a feeling. You think Man U is going to be able to win Europa League, or will Ajax trip them up? I like Ajax, actually. I thought they looked great in the first game. They're going to obviously move on. Man United at this point is concentrating on the Europa League. They're not particularly worried about EPL, but they don't necessarily have a goal scorer right now. Great goal against Celta the other day from Rashford, but listen, they got to find a way to score, Vig. Defensively, they're fine, but Ajax is a pretty good Dutch side, and they don't lose at home. So I think it's going to be an interesting final, if that's the final. I'm not a big Manchester United fan. I love Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he's not there. So it's going to take it's going to take a little bit. You can't play for draws in the finals. So, yeah, I'm going to look to Ajax. I hate Manchester United personally, so I agree with you. I'd love to see them get their asses kicked. Donnie, before we go, a little buy or sell. You up for that?
Yeah, let's go. So
Rockets or Spurs tomorrow? I haven't seen the line yet. I'll let you know tomorrow. I agree. Under 2.5 goals in Juve. I'm all over that one. Couple buy or sell questions. Listeners, feel free to chime in to your opinion on this as well. First one. Now, I'm going to give you a percentage. I want to buy or sell that this is possible. There's a 60% chance or more that Kyle Lowry will be a Philadelphia 76er next year?
Do not want.
Okay, I'm not saying do you want. I'm saying do you think it's possible
that he's a Sixer? No, I don't think so.
Okay, you think that whole rumor is bullshit?
Yes, and it better be bullshit. Yes.
Why do you think? Why
you can't pay this? You can't pay him that much. Like the Sixers possibly could end up with like the first and like the third pick in the draft, or the second and third, whatever they end up getting here. You're going to be able to pick your point guard out, whoever it's Lonzo Ball or whoever it's going to be. I'm not going to pay where the Sixers are in our trust the process is coming down the line. I wouldn't sign a 31-year-old point guard. Kyle Lowry was 26, different story.
Right. And you're going to have to pay him,
what is it? Yeah, exactly. $30 million a year. I don't want that just yet. Pretty soon the Sixers are going to pay somebody $30 million a year, but I wouldn't have Kyle Lowry be that person.
I guess there's a lot of, intrigue because he's from the area. He went to Villanova.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't knock the player. I just knocked the contract. But
I don't know about you. Does Kyle Lowry come off to you as a kind of an arrogant guy?
Yeah, he does. Sure, he does.
He thinks he's way better than everyone else, and he's really not. He's a good player. I don't know if he's worth that money, but
no. Yeah, 5 years, $200 million if he stays in Toronto. First of all, would Toronto pay him that much? Goodness,
I don't think. He's 1.9 is decimal odds, Vig. 1.9 is minus 110 in decimal odds. D. Patrick's from England, so he's going to use 1.9, as do all the people that I do shows with. Yeah, I know Sportsbook Review. We are aware of that. I'm going to just have some fun, though. I think there's an outside chance they're going to do it. I don't know why. What has Lowry ever done? Nothing. Good point, J-Pal. Great point. But I think this team needs guards, and I think he can help them. We'll see. Next one. Mark Ingram to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a possibility, Donnie, from what I understand.
Yeah.
If they land him, are they an NFC contender?
No, not an NFC contender, an NFC East contender, but I don't think they're going to take that next step just yet.
Okay. So why don't you think they're an NFC contender?
I just think the quarterback still has to make that big progression jump, and his progression, Jeff, is going to be to get into the playoffs and take his bumps and take his lumps there. I don't think with a quarterback in his second year that would be able to take you right through the playoffs and get to a title the way the Eagles are built, because their defense is markedly improved, still a little bit weak at the corner position there, but that overall jump where you're going to need your quarterback to win you football games all by himself in the playoffs, I'm not sure he's there yet. Would love it if it happened, but I just think there may be a year or two away from that.
They do need a running back, though.
They do need a running back. Would you trade Jason Kelce for him?
I would do that. Of course.
I think I probably would.
I think out of the linemen, he's probably the weakest.
Yeah, makes a decent amount of money, and that's a huge need.
And you have
it's a big need for both teams. Yeah.
And you have depth. You could put Chance Warmack in there, and listen, I think it's a no-brainer. I don't know why you don't do it now. I don't know what you're waiting for. And again, I don't know how much legs it has, but at the end of the day, I think you got to make that move, because you can't go into the season with Donnell Pumphrey and Darren Sproles as your running backs.
Wendell Smallwood.
Right, who's off an injury. I'm going to throw one in here before I get to the last one. Good point by Vitalis here. And again, very early, but a fun thing to talk about. Buy or sell, the Cubs make the playoffs.
Cubs make the playoffs, I think.
Agreed. St. Louis is weak. Cincinnati will go away.
Pittsburgh's not going to fight for that spot.
Right. You look at Colorado as well. Let's just say wild cards, for instance. Colorado might be in it. Arizona. The Dodgers will probably win the West. Look, I think the Cubs are still going to win the division.
San Francisco's not going to fight for that wild card this year. Those normal contenders.
Just because they're 16 and 15, the world's not falling down. I will say this, though. They're definitely not even close to being what they were last year.
Yeah, they got a hangover, something fierce, to start this season.
You got to remember, Donnie. Kyle Hendricks had an amazing year. Jake Arrieta had a 10 times amazing year. John Lackey and Lester were really
And Fowler was a great key cog at the top of the lineup that they lost. Yeah.
Right. And Chris Bryant was an MVP. It seemed like every night the guys low in the lineup are getting big hits. Brandon James, what do you think of the Nationals tomorrow? Nothing yet, Brandon. We'll be on live at 12:30.
I can't wait. By the way, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm already spinning down looking at that big Tuesday card that you usually have, and
Yeah.
I'm excited. So we'll have some fun tomorrow on the Red
We'll
Sox
have
campus.
plenty going on.
Yeah.
Mark Ingram is Kyle Lowry of the NFL, overhyped. Yeah, Seth, but the point is this team needs a running back, and you're not going to
he's
get
serviceable. Yep. Yeah, he's a serviceable running back, which they don't have. You need the veteran.
If this was before the draft, I might agree with you. But at the end of the day, the writing's on the wall. There's not a lot of time left. Yeah. Running backs are like guards in the NFL. There's not,
and he's the exact type of running back that they actually need. The guy who can run the ball first and second down. We have the scat backs. You don't need any more of them.
Right.
Who can run downhill.
You need a football player you can hand the ball to and say, "Give me 2 yards."
Yep.
And Mark Ingram can do that. So we agree. Cubs will make the playoffs for sure. They'll probably win that division. Final one, Donnie.
Yes.
The buy or sell. The Yankees are the best team in the major leagues.
No, sell.
Who's better
than the Yankees? I'll be in a pitching matchup.
Right now.
Right now, let me see who would be out there better. Let me just take a scroll so I don't leave anybody out here who I might say better than the Yankees right now.
Look, I have it in front of me. Let's go down some of the teams and we can just talk right now.
Yep, go ahead. Sure.
Long term.
Yeah.
Baltimore. No.
I don't think Baltimore. No.
Because their rotation's not as good. And let's just say that everything kind of goes the way we think it will. Boston, I mean, maybe.
I'm not in love with Boston, no.
Yeah, but they have had some issues early on.
If they get their pitching squared away, yeah.
They're not hitting, and they're still 17-14.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
But as of right now, no.
Cleveland, I still like, but they're having some trouble.
Kluber on the DL, yeah.
Struggling. Right. So maybe other than Houston in the American League, they're probably the best team right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would say Houston and the Yankees right now probably. Again, this is just today. This isn't just projection. Yeah.
Right. And Houston, we can argue that other than Keuchel, they don't have much in that rotation that we can depend on. I'm not saying McCullers and those guys won't get better. Right now, they're just struggling, and it's possible they won't see anything. So right now, you look at the East. Washington's very good, but they have major bullpen issues.
I like Washington, but yes, that's one of those teams where Washington, as the season goes on, I believe is going to get better. I love that lineup. I mean, it absolutely rakes. I can't even believe Zimmerman is hitting like 450 or something ridiculous what I was watching tonight with the Orioles game. If they can get the bullpen figured out, which is one of those things at the trading deadline, which Washington's a big money, big market team, if they can swing something to shore that bullpen up, they're going to be hell on wheels come down the stretch.
Yeah, and as far as Washington, though, their bullpen's bad. I mean, they're going to have to share that up, like you said. But and again, Adam Eaton, him going out hurts them. I mean, they're not in deep trouble, but that was working out. And is Ryan Zimmerman going to hit like this all year? I mean, that's something that I don't know. Listen, are they the best team in the NL? Probably right now. I mean, I think the Dodgers are really good, but they can't hit lefties. Yeah. Other than Kershaw. Do you really trust that rotation?
No, it's pretty wide open in baseball this year, though. It's good.
Yeah.
So
right now, this Yankee team looking, they have the best lineup. I mean, they're the best, right the best lineup right now, maybe other than Houston. They have the best record, 21-9. They've won 6 in a row, 8 of 10. It's good right now. It's going to be fun. They got a big series over the weekend against Houston. That's going to be fun. So we'll look forward to that. Donnie, a little bit of an update here before we head off.
Yep, sure.
Here, Angels still 2-0, bottom 3 in Oakland. Dodgers cruising right now in the top of the third. They are up 6-0. And San Diego has an early lead on the Texas Rangers. Texas continues, Donnie, to struggle.
Yeah, that cancel game tonight too with the Cubs probably caught a little bit of a break there. Can rest up there in Colorado.
By the way, is that surprising to you that they happened to get a day off today after that?
Major League Baseball. I saw some sleet and rain and snow out there, yeah.
I'll tell you one guy, though. It was hail, by the way, not sleet. I'll tell you one guy, though, that I will give some respect to. And I've been critical of him. I've respected him, and I respect his game. That Marlins man guy is a dedicated motherfucker. I'll tell you that. And
he's got cash, and he likes to go places, man.
Listen, and again, I know money can buy happiness. I know. I mean, you see it, But at the end of the day, sometimes you just get tired, man, And that dude was at that game till the end last night. And now he's in New York at this game tonight.
Yep.
Dedicated dude. But again, when you have money, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it is.
I will say this with the Yankees, though. Headley, we hit his peak. He's down to 270 at this point. He was hitting 340 about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. No, 12:30 p.m. 12:30 Eastern.
Maybe it's 10:30 where he's at, Jeff.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, you might be a mountain guy. Maybe you live in Utah or something. Maybe you should stop smoking weed and you would know. Just kidding, J-Pal. Only kidding. Irvin Santana got smashed yesterday. Yeah, he did. It's about time, though, right? You had to figure
how are you going to keep up a half-run ERA for a while? You got to.
How about that ninth inning yesterday from the Red Sox?
The Red Sox, yeah, my goodness, the endless ninth inning.
Yeah,
that's a way to tack on the ERA bullpen or the bullpen ERA. Goodness.
Did you watch that game last night, though? The Yankee game? Did you watch the late inning?
Yes. No. I stopped after about the 12th straight person struck out to start.
I will say this: it was a brutal, like 9th till the 17th.
And then you had delays. I'm just what was the ESPN crew talking about last night other than the nonsense that they spew all over the place talking about, boy, Bryant's up in the base. Why don't you just walk him? So, you have to come dead heat after the guy. I don't even get me started on that.
Terrible idea to walk him there. I don't know what you're thinking there. With 2 outs, you don't walk and put a guy on third base in that situation. You don't do it. What are you crazy?
No, it was the walk. It was the open base. What was it? It was first and third, was it? Or no, excuse me. It was second and third.
No,
the base opened at first. In the 9th inning, yes.
I thought it was
the one that was in the extra innings, Jeff, was there was a guy on first base with Bryant up, and they're talking about walking him, the winning run to second base.
Yeah, but I understood that because Lackey was coming up. You have to face Lackey.
No, way before that. I don't know if they pinch hit pitchers in whatever they were doing in the later innings. I'm just talking early on.
Donnie. It was at that point. John Lackey was coming up, and Chris Bryant was ahead of him.
Like the 11th inning, they were already going pitcher.
Yeah, I think it was like the 12th inning.
Bryant was up and whatever it was, and they were saying pitch around him. He's so hot, and I was getting a chuckle out of that.
Yeah, I that decision I understood because there was a pitcher coming up with 2 outs, so you have to go after the pitcher. Because I remember Girardi said put him on, and Lackey came up. So
no, yeah, that was much later.
That might have been something different, but the game was tough to watch, man. Late in that game, a Cologne pitches tomorrow. Awesome, sweet. I'll be looking
totals, maybe. Who's he going against anyway tomorrow, Cologne? Let me see.
Yeah,
boy, Atlanta hit the shits down there in that stadium. Oh, boy, Cologne is in Houston tomorrow, Jeff.
I just got a baseball on my face, baby. I might do one of those little overnight bets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ralphie says, big man, I'm hungry. Let's get some pizza. I'm buying, promise. That ain't a bad idea. 11 o'clock tonight, get a couple slices in.
Actually, you want to know something? I actually have some in my fridge right now, actually.
There you go.
But real quick, last thing, Donnie. I started watching Billions.
Yes.
Great recommendation.
It was the season finale of season 2 last night. Can't get enough of it. Can't wait till the start again. I just get upset where they have this season, then you got to wait, 5, 6, 7 months for it to start up again, man.
They've done that with Power, and it's been an incredibly long wait. Like it's been it'll be like over a year until the new season comes in June. Yeah. By the way, though, I think in Billions, the what's his name? Charlie. What's his name?
Charlie?
Charles. What's his name?
The character or real life name? Chuck Rhodes.
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah. There you go. His wife is slamming, dude.
She's a great character, man. You're gonna like it, and she's into some nasty stuff too.
Yeah, they're into all that kind of thing. It's on Showtime.
Showtime, yeah. Showtime.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I'm into it. So
like those paid channels, man, they kick out some
they got the best
shows, man. Just worthy of just getting.
And it's funny because I took my dad. My dad's a stock guy. My dad does a ton of stock stuff, and him and I talk all the time about insider trading and Bernie Madoff and all that. So I say to him today, I'm like, "Yo, Dad," I'm like, have you seen Billions? He's like, what channel is that on? I'm like, Showtime. He goes, I don't have that channel. I said, let me ask you a question. Listen, my dad, Donnie, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
My dad has a 14-foot movie screen in his house.
He doesn't want to
stadium seating, everything. He doesn't have Showtime. I said,
I'm not paying for that channel.
I said, come on, man. I'm like, you have a 14-foot fucking screen.
That's an old school mentality, though, right there. I'm not paying for that. Like, what?
This is a
It's
guy.
like $3.
This is a guy, Donnie, that every year we build another shore house because he wants to get closer to the ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't buy Showtime.
No, that's an old school mentality right there. We don't need that channel. We have too many channels as it is. It's $199 a month for the sports package. We ain't paying for that.
Yeah, well, it's actually like, nah, we'll call him and get that free. You know, yeah. I said, Dad, can I probably get like 6 months free? Well, I don't know about that. Then I'll forget and I'll have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. But all right, guys, that's it for tonight. We will head off into the sunset of Monday night and hopefully have a nice Tuesday afternoon. Looks like some interesting games on the horizon,
Yes,
which we will delve into tomorrow. We have plenty to do. We have that. We have the late night on campus. By the way, Donnie, we were supposed to have Teddy Covers on tonight. Teddy Covers is going to join us tomorrow. So he'll be on with us tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern. Big Man on Campus's dad got the 14.
That's what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at it. I am laughing at that.
Funny.
Comment.
Thank you. Yeah. That's exactly why he did it. So, Marina, you're an interesting character. I'll give you that. But you do say some funny stuff once in a while.
It's funny.
All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot, Donnie?
Go ahead.
Someone wanted me to talk about teasers tonight.
We'll get that tomorrow.
I'll tell you what. I'll touch teasers tomorrow. Yeah. I'll tell you why basketball teasers is an absolute ridiculous bet. Catch me tomorrow. I totally forgot. We'll go over that tomorrow. Everyone have a great night. Bye-bye.
See you.